We'll start with questions. Let's start with Rob Mosley.
You guys made a lot of big shots, Eric, with a couple in particular, and over the last 8 minutes or so, and you had some outstanding defensive possessions. How do you balance maybe frustration at the game being as close as it was, as late as it was, with the way your guys finished at both ends?
No, I thought defensively we had a couple shot clock violations there late. I thought we picked it up, but I was very disappointed up until that point. We didn't slide our feet. I mean, we weren't even close enough to foul them. I mean, I think we had a couple fouls in the first half, a couple of fouls in the second half. We could have been much more aggressive defensively. We kept telling them each time out, fellas, we don't have any fouls. Get up. We can be more aggressive defensively. And obviously we didn't get that done. So a lot of good things. Our ball movement in the first half was really good. I thought second half we didn't run stuff nearly as well. Our rotation, I think, we got a little fatigue there. Our guys that, I played too many minutes. We didn't execute very well offensively on a couple possessions, and that was a little disappointing. But we needed a win, and we found a way to get it. A lot of things to improve upon, but there's going to be those games where you just got to scratch out a win.
Zach Neal, Ducks Wire.
Coach Eric just said that he thinks that you guys are kind of a different team at home than you've been on the road this year for whatever reason. I'm curious what you think of that and maybe what you can do to try and fix that going forward.
Well, we'll worry about that when we go on the road. I don't know. That's got to be a team thing. That's not something that, I can tell them, hey, fellas, we got to do this on the road. The guys just got to get together and decide what type of team they want to have. Leadership's got to be better on the road. You got to fight adversity a little bit better. But, that's a team thing. That's a team getting together and getting, organized on the road and being ready to play on the road. So there's no magic formula, but I will say we've had a decent road team here over the years. Our guys have usually gotten together and played decent on the road. I think our percentages during the Pac-12 have been decent. So, we're going to have to do a good job this year.
Matt Preem, 247 Sports.
Will had struggled the last couple of weeks to score for you guys, and Eric mentioned the importance of getting him going and getting him back on track. In the last two games now, he seems to be playing better, and today he also distributed the ball well. Just your thoughts on Will and the way he's played the last couple of games.
Well, I thought he did some good things. I thought the first half he was really moving the ball well. He tried throwing the lob to Dante. He wasn't even close on that. Throwing it with his right hand, I think. But and he had another turnover late. So a lot of good things. I didn't think he had his best defensive game. I've seen him play really well defensively, and I don't think he had his best defensive game tonight. But again, he did dictate a lot of things. His percentages were good, 7 for 12, 2 for 3. So, I thought a lot of positives there for him.
James Carpio, Oregonian.
What kind of impact does Infali provide there down the stretch, Dana, when he comes in, it's a tie game? I realize he makes about 50% of his free throws there down the stretch. I'm sure that's part of it, but obviously 3 of his 5 rebounds come in those last several minutes. And was that pushing the limit by way of minutes now that he just topped 22? Or
no, it was. We're trying to keep it around 20, and so I went over a couple minutes there. But he did have a pretty long rest there when we went small for a while. So I think he played 12 minutes the first half and 10 the second. So I don't think we didn't either half. We didn't play him a lot of minutes, but he did get a couple big rebounds there. But he's lost a little of his mobility. He's not moving his feet as quick as he used to. He and Frank both, they got to be more mobile. And so again, with our defense, as many times as they got in the paint, they had 42 points in the paint. We have 1 block shot. If we're going to play big, we got to change some things at the rim. Now our other guys got to fight the dribble a heck of a lot better. I'm not letting them off the hook, but we've got to have some better rim protection. That's always been a big part. If we're going to play those big guys, we got to protect the rim a little bit more.
Zach Neal, Duckswire.
But you're about to face a big step up in competition with conference play and obviously Baylor coming this month too. How ready do you think your team is for that? And for these guys that have not played in the Pac-12 yet, is there anything you can kind of tell them to prepare for that step up and guard players that kind of just letting them go into the deep end and find out?
Well, it's, we haven't handled the competition well. I mean, Houston's a top, 12, whatever they are. And, BYU's got a good team and St. Mary's is a good team, so, the competition that we faced has been pretty good. We just haven't handled it very well. We haven't handled the adversity well. But conference play is different. Guys are more locked in. People know you a little better. So, our guys will have to get ready, especially on the road for conference games. But, we just need to take tomorrow. Tomorrow's our NCAA required day off. And then, Friday, Saturday, we'll try to get ready for Arizona State.
Chris Hansen, registered guard.
Yeah, Dan, you guys are shooting 60% from the field the last two games. What have you guys done specifically to get that offense back on track?
Well, I think just our ball movement's been better. We've got better looks at the basket. We went 9 for 21 from the three. Eric hit a tough one, but the other 23s that we took were really good looks. So Waldo had 4 that were wide open. Quincy had a couple of his were wide open. So we had a lot of good looks tonight, and so I think it was good that some guys stepped up and got some down, but we had a lot of good looks.
James.
These guys came in shooting pretty nicely from 3. Dana, you held them to just, I think, 4 as a total. What do you think of defensively, closing out on the perimeter and hold them to 4 of 17?
I thought we did a good job there. I'm anxious to watch the film just to see how many of them were really hard contests. But I thought during the game, we did a pretty good job of trying to get out on their shooters. They hit 14 threes when they beat Arizona. They've hit a number of threes. They really rely on it. So I thought, we gave up some things inside because of it, and that's where we need better rim protection. But I did think we did a good job of closing out on their shooters.
Time for 2 more. Matt?
Yeah, Dana, just your thoughts on what you work on now between today and ASU.
Well, definitely our defense. We got to fight the dribble. Arizona State's got a bunch of guys who can drive it. And so we're going to have to fight the dribble a heck of a lot better than we did. And then we'll just continue to work on offensive execution. We've got to get our defenses put together, and then we've got to continue to move the ball. I didn't think our transition game was very good in the second half. And so, we got to get some guys playing a little better, a little bit more involved.
Last question, James.
I don't know if you saw tonight's other scores, Dana, but obviously ASU's gotten off to a tough start, and tonight they lose 51-29. I know that it's not a crazy young team you have. There are younger bigs, but the guys you're really leaning on are veterans. But everyone's human. When they hear 29 points, what's your message going to be when you get back with them on Friday and Saturday forget about their record and everything? You do have the things you have to work on.
Well, I hope they don't get sucked into that, because, if they get easy baskets early, any team, look at the difference in us when we score a few baskets. Our energy level goes up and we just play better. When we weren't scoring against BYU and some of those other teams, we just didn't. We gave into it. We didn't handle adversity well at all. And so, if we give them easy baskets, their energy level will go way up, and we'll have a knockout fight on our hands. But we can't give up easy baskets. And I thought tonight we gave up way too many easy looks. They had 7, second chance points early. Now they didn't get any after that, but those first 7 that they got kept them in the game. We were hitting shots, But we gave them, you know, second shots and heck, the first basket of the game, the first three was on a second shot. So we're going to have to do a better job on the boards, and we got to get a lot better defensively. And, you know, I hope our guys just, you know, if they're looking at scores, all they got to do is look at a few of ours. You know, we've got a long ways to go. We got a long ways to go, and we're going to have to get ready for everybody.
All right, Coach, appreciate your time.